So, going back to my 70s slime time right now, flicks, especially when it comes to the females. Well, now this one, what I'm saying, I did, as another one too, it's called Together Brothers. I think it takes them down south in Texas somewhere, I believe. Very good movie. It's about these gang of little kids, black kids, and like a police officer in the neighborhood, like a real cool beat walker, he gets killed. So it turns into like this murder mystery. It's a real dope film called Together Brothers. Really, really peep that out. I think cause 70s flicks, they got them banging beats. You know what I'm saying? Like the soundtracks. That's a lot of people be getting their samples from and stuff like that. Shout out to all the DJs that still do that. But Barry White, God rest in paradise, he did the soundtrack. But yeah, Together Brothers, check that out. And there's another one about this girl. It takes place in like '72, I believe, and she comes from. It's in Compton. It takes place in Compton, but the story is she comes from Louisiana or something like that, and she goes to stay with her aunt in Compton. Gets hooked up with this guy, this street dude. She don't know nothing about the street. She falls madly in love with him. Very beautiful, dark skinned girl, bad as hell. Um, I can't think of the name of the movie, but her name is Emma Mae Smith, or I think it's Emma Mae Smith, because she was on somebody's podcast like maybe a year or two ago talking about that movie, and she was like, that's the only movie she ever did. I forgot where she's originally from. Very gorgeous. If you ever see this movie, it was a dope film, in through in and out. So everything about the '70s flick. That's the only two I can remember off the top of my dome. Besides of course, the other ones was good too, like Superfly, Black Seas, The Hell Up in Harlem. All those was great. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I never was really into Dolomite. Maybe one of them, maybe one of his flicks, but not. Yeah, wasn't my cup of tea. But yeah, if you could check them two out, I'm gonna say it again. Together Brothers. I gotta give you the main character's name. Like I said, it took place in Compton. I want to say '72. The girl moves from Louisiana to stay with her aunt. Her name's Emma Mae Smith, dark skinned girl. And I'm gonna repeat myself, but she was on some guy's podcast not too long ago talk about that movie. So check that out if you could. So move forward. Um, so the fourth is coming up, and I just want y'all to be safe. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the same no more anyway. Like the Fourth of July, when it's coming up, man, it's everything's changed. Like you don't really hear people talking about. You got a lot of people like, oh, I'm working, I'm doing overtime and stuff like that. It's just not the same no more. Even with the little kids, you don't really hear them talking about like that no more. They might go to see fireworks, but as far as like that whole, the fourth was the fourth. But nowadays things change. Little kids are too cool for a lot of stuff or be in front of the phone like myself. You know what I'm saying? But and everything's changed. The waves has changed. Things is different.